Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here this morning. I know you have a busy weekend ahead of you, so we're excited to get a few minutes of your time. Uh, it seems like an amazing turnout. Over 3,000 people, probably thousands more here descending on the city to just learn more about everything that you all have put together from a program standpoint. So, what are you most excited about?
Ken, I think I'm excited about so many things. We have over 1,000 people in their first few years after fellowship here, which I think is really one of our goals, is to really bring the younger physician and mentor them to be where they need to be. Secondly, we have a lot of neurosurgery, ortho, spine, and radiologists here. And I think that collaboration across specialties, and we're in the golden age of MIS development, but we have a long way to go and about a lot of things left to be accomplished.
That's awesome. Dawood, how about yourself?
And I mean, I'm excited about a lot of the same things Tim is. I think all the young folks here is probably the most exciting thing. As you mentioned, 1,000 in our young innovator category, which are people that are in training or less than 5 years out. So that's a demographic we really want to grow. Uh, Companies like yours, MTV Studios, with you and Jay, the great work that you do, being so influential on social media, I think has really resonated with the younger generation of physicians and reps and all those kind of things. So we talked about our first Aspen meeting. We did it in Aspen. We had 60 people there. Uh,
Aspen, Colorado.
yeah,
So
about
another
8 years ago.
Different
And at that time, a lot of people criticized me and Tim for starting Aspen. Like, what, another pain society? There's too many societies already. But we knew that there was a big need for this. The young people really needed something. Our industry colleagues, were kind of quenching for something a little bit more innovative, a little more progressive. And I think if you see this room today, you see the exhibitor hall, you see the, 8 a.m. agenda. It's a full room in there. There's over 1,000 people there, which I haven't really seen in my career. It's usually pretty empty in the morning and people kind of file in. It's completely full. People are engaged. So, I think the sky's the limit for this, and we're really excited for what this weekend is going to bring.
Well, and I think thank you for sharing all that because in my 15 years in this space, I've not seen anything to this magnitude. And I think what you two have been able to do in starting this movement is really tell this story of how to grow your career, your practice, and your clinical approach, which is just such the perfect breeding ground for these new physicians. And it's what we try to do here with MTV. And obviously, I'm partnering with Jay in this effort here specifically for interventional pain to tell these stories of how you're growing the specialty as a whole. And I know that you all have some exciting news and updates in terms of MIS training. So could you tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. I think the MIS training is really, really important. I think our themes this year is disruption and innovation. So we're going to keep disrupting and we're going to innovate, but we have to have data. And as we get the data, we have to have physicians doing a great job, safety and efficacy of their patients. So we've created an MIS certification program, chaired by David Dickerson, a great young man out of Colorado, out of Chicago, and we're going to have a team of both interventional pain physicians and surgeons who will help develop a criteria, curriculum, and it's post fellowship. So you'll prove that you've had the proper training, patient selection, complication management, and then you'll have a written exam designed by Toga Salva from Chicago, and a hands-on practical designed by Pankaj Mehta. And so I think it's going to be fantastic, and I think it's going to really elevate this space, and that's our goal: is to elevate the space and really be advocates for patients, and do that through innovation. That's our goals.
That's incredible. I mean, what a robust program. And when does the first cohort kick off?
They'll be applying over the next month. We'll pick about 20 people in the first cohort, and then that will grow as we develop the program, and they'll conclude the test next year at this annual meeting. So we'll be doing the testing every year at the annual meeting.
Man, well, we would love to be a part of telling that story because I think that's, I mean, think of where you were 8 years ago with the first Aspen meeting, where next year you're going to be with that 20-person cohort. I can only imagine where you'll be in 8 years from then, right? And the important stories that you'll get to share about advancing the specialty, the treatment algorithms, the clinical data, to your point, and the patient care really at the center of it. So that is awesome. I know you're both on a very tight schedule. So thank you so much for being here, for spending time with us, with me, with the MTV studio, and helping us spread these stories, right? Because in order to change clinical care, we have to talk about what you all are doing in practice, in education, and talk about industry and the innovations that are being made.
Yeah, and thanks for being here. And I think what you guys are doing is fantastic. I urge everyone to come by and visit you and to see the things you're doing to innovate the social media space. And certainly we appreciate that. And I really want to thank industry for being here, because it's that collaboration with transparency and compliance that's going to lead to really great care for patients. So we appreciate our industry partners as well.
Well, we appreciate you. We're in booth 171, so come see us. Obviously, everyone will come see you guys on stage. So thank you so much for putting this together and for being here.
Thanks so much, Cal.